Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Dork Side. I am the Dork in the Road, and today we're going to talk about 10 gifts for the dual sport or adventure motorcyclist in your life that run more than $100. That's right, the big gift, the oh my god, you shouldn't have category. That's right everyone, I am the Dork in the Road and I want to be your internet riding buddy. And I'm better than your regular riding buddies because I'm available whenever you want and I come with a mute button. So please don't hesitate to subscribe and don't forget to click that notification bell so you know when I post awesome new content just like this. Hopefully you've checked out the previous dual sport and adventure rider gift videos in the series, and if not, I'll put some links below for you. I've divided these guides into 4 categories. The first, under $20, we call that the gift category. The second, $20 to $50, that's the nice gift category. The last video was $50 to $100, or the really nice gift category. And this is the $100 plus big present, oh my god, you shouldn't have category. So we're going to talk about 10 great gifts for the dual sport or adventure rider in your life. So there'll be links for everything I talk about in the description below. This is not a comprehensive guide to everything that a dual sport or adventure rider might like, but just sort of a good overview place to start thinking about what kind of gifts to get them. So the first item on our list is one that I don't actually own, and funnily enough, like a funnel? Hilariously enough, weirdly enough, this item is actually the reason why I started making these videos in the first place. So the Revit sand gloves are a very, very popular summer glove among dual sport and adventure riders. They're well ventilated, they offer great protection, they're very comfortable, and most importantly, they look really, really cool. And I want a pair, but I don't have a pair, and so I started thinking about gift ideas, things to let my wife know that I might want for Christmas, and those gloves were at the top of my list, and that's what led me down the path to thinking about, well, other people's wives or loved ones or significant others might be in that same boat, and so they might appreciate a resource to send to them. And so really the Revit sand gloves were the inspiration for all 4 of these videos. Also, honey, if you're watching, Revit sand gloves. Size large? I'm a size large, just so you know. So probably my least favorite thing about this motorcycle, the CRF 250L, which is a bike that I love, the thing that I like the least is the fuel capacity. So this bike and a lot of dual sport bikes like it only have a 2-gallon tank, which only really gets you about 100 miles of range, which is fine for putting around on the trails, but not great if you want to leave from your house, ride to the woods, ride around in the woods, and get home without running out of gas. And so there's a couple solutions for that. We talked about the Rotopacks in a previous video, but another really cool solution to that is an aftermarket fuel tank. And Cherby's makes a great one that's, I think, 3.1 gallons for the CRF 250L. That's the one I'll link below. But they make a variety of those upgraded fuel tanks for many different styles of dual sport motorcycles. So a fuel tank upgrade is huge, and one of the first mods many people do to those bikes, especially anybody that plans on putting a lot of miles on it in a single day. Item number 3, I'm a big fan of protection and wearing the proper protection for the type of riding that you're doing. I personally never go out on the trails or do any of that slow speed technical stuff without wearing full motocross boots. So a helmet is obviously the most important part of gear. Second most important, many would argue, is a full motocross boot, because those lower leg injuries are the second most common after head injuries. The boots I wear are the ONeill rider boots. These are very dirty, I'm sorry. I've smashed my foot between a stump and a rock and the bike many times, and these boots have protected me. They're waterproof. The buckles are very secure, a very protective, peace of mind piece of gear, and they're also the least expensive full motocross boot that I'm aware of. So I would recommend these. Are about $110 a pair. ONeill rider boots, $109.99. Obviously you're going to need to know their shoe size, but they fit true to size in my experience, and I would recommend them. And they're on the low end of our price range, so that's always nice. Number 4. A piece of gear that I have used since I started riding motorcycles 3 years ago, and it looks as nice as the day I got it. This is my Tourmaster Transition 4 jacket. So, if the person you're buying for ever rides, well, in the elements at all, so this jacket is totally waterproof. I've never had a drop of water get inside of it. I've worn it in near freezing temperatures and stayed plenty warm because there's a quilted liner. It's a really, really solid quality jacket. This is the 4. They actually make a 5 now, so you can get the 4 a little bit cheaper. The 5 is also excellent, I'm certain. It's got a multitude of uses. I wear it anytime I'm out in the elements. I also wear it when I'm riding street. It's very comfortable and protective. And if you're looking for an all-around, does-it-all jacket, it's not the most flashy thing, but it's got it where it counts, and I really, really like it. So very protective, very comfortable, very warm, high quality, great jacket. Tourmaster Transition 4. I would recommend it. They're about $200, I think, and then the 5 I think is like $260. So we've talked about essential protection for your body, jacket, boots. I want to talk about a piece of essential protection for your motorcycle, and that is a skid plate. So I'll spare you a close-up view of mine because it's really nasty, dirty, but one of the first things I wanted to do to this bike before I took it out on the trails was add a skid plate to the bottom. And so it goes up underneath the frame, protects the motor. The Flatland Racing version, which is the one that I have for the 250L and the one that I'll link below, has wings on it that protect the water pump and your levers. I've hit many things, I've banged it on logs and rocks, but I've never had any concerns at all about damaging my engine. It's really easy to put on, and it's a huge upgrade over the stock skid plate, which is thin plastic about the thickness of a drinking straw. It's totally useless for deflecting anything other than light gravel. So if your dual sport or adventure rider doesn't have a skid plate on their bike, whether that's a big adventure bike or a dual sport like this, or even a dirt bike, I would recommend that skid plate. You just gotta find out the model of bike that they have and make sure you get one that'll fit it. Now on to some of my favorite gear that I use every time I go riding on this bike. And full disclosure, Giant Loop and I had a promotional partnership where they sent me some free gear to review, but I don't get a kickback from them. I don't get any affiliate money or anything. And in fact, the last piece of gear I bought from them was these Mojave bags, and I bought them with my own money. They didn't send them to me. Just want to be full disclosure, but I need you to understand that I think this gear is really, really good, and it's why I keep recommending it. So the first item that I would recommend for any dual sport or adventure rider is the Giant Loop Diablo Pro tank bag. This bag is made of their high quality, this is bomb-proof material. It's waterproof. It's sort of the same material they make truck semi-tarps out of. It's got crazy beefy zippers. It's very water resistant, and then it comes with a waterproof pod that goes inside, but I don't think you need it. This is very water resistant material, and the zippers are all water resistant too. It has this convenient zipper where you can take it on and off your bike. I have a harness on the other bike so I can move them back and forth. In the install video I did it in 16 seconds, so it's very, very quick to take on and off the bike. It's a good size. It offers a lot of storage. Duck Fan, my buddy, has the Wolfman bag, and it's a little bit smaller, and he's constantly complaining about trying to fit everything in there. I always carry all my camera gear and my first aid kit and my tow strap in here with room to spare, including my little tripod. So it's a good size, but it doesn't get in your way when you're riding. It's high quality, and it's great to have a place to store your stuff where you can get to it without getting off the motorcycle. And so that's why my first choice, if you're talking about luggage for somebody that doesn't have any, is the Giant Loop Diablo Pro tank bag. Comes in a ton of colors. Check it out. There's a link below. And don't forget, all the Giant Loop gear that I recommend, you can get a 10% discount by using the promo code DorkInTheRoad at giantloopmoto.com. That'll save you $25 on this bag. So please use it. I don't want you paying full price if you don't have to. Okay? So that's the first piece of Giant Loop gear I would recommend in the over $100 category. The second is a new addition to my kit, and that is the Giant Loop Mojave saddle bags. So I used to run that tail bag up on top, made it hard to throw my leg over. I didn't like where it sat, and it wasn't very waterproof. These bags, I believe it's 6 liters on each side. They attach to the motorcycle. I put it on in 15 minutes. It comes on and off if you don't put it under your tail rack like I've done very quickly. They're very out of the way. You don't notice them when you're on the motorcycle. They don't get in your way on the trail, but they carry a surprisingly large amount of stuff. And it comes with all kinds of neat little touches. Like it's got this strap so you can tighten it down and keep stuff from bouncing around in there. The zippers are all water resistant. It's high quality, super crazy good, thick material. I'm not at all worried about dropping the motorcycle on this and damaging it or having it torn up on the trails by branches and stuff. They're just really, really solid saddlebags. I think they're about $220 new. Then you use your discount to save 10%. So I would highly recommend these to anyone who rides off the grid at all on a dual sport or dirt bike. They're really, really awesome. And Giant Loop has a wide variety of products that would fit adventure bikes and stuff too. So check it out at giantloopmoto.com. Don't forget to use that promo code. The 8th item on our list is also from Giant Loop, but I don't have it. If the person you're buying for is big into moto camping, and I mean big because this is a very nice present. It's called a Coyote bag, and it's a loop bag, right? It comes up and over the back and goes where the passenger would sit. And I believe that's a 40 liter bag, I want to say. It carries a lot of gear, so if somebody wants to moto camp off their motorcycle, they should have plenty of room with that bag to do so. It's made out of the same material, same high quality. It unrolls at the top, at the back. It's easy to load and unload, carries a ton of stuff, sits in a really good place that doesn't affect your ability to maneuver the motorcycle, and that's really what's on my wish list. My next big upgrade that I want to get is that Giant Loop Coyote bag so that I can moto camp off of this bike the way I do off of the Versas behind me. That's a huge, amazing, awesome present. Just make sure the person you're buying for is really into moto camping before you spend that much, because it's over $300. So it's a very nice gift. Number 9, getting down out of the $400 range, more in the $100 range, is another one of my favorite upgrades for this bike, and that is the double take folding mirrors. So these mirrors, as you can see, you replace your stock mirror with a ball mount, like a ram mount ball, in the same socket, and then these things, you can loosen them and position them anywhere you want. So on the trails, if they're in the way, I can position them in like this. No more mirrors in my way. But then when I get back on the highway, I can push them out like this. And my favorite thing is when they get bumped on the trail, so you hit a branch or something, bam, they just move, right? They don't break, they just move. They're adjustable. These are unbreakable, they say, and they're so confident that they have a lifetime warranty, so you can, if you break a mirror, they'll just replace it for you. All right, and our 10th item, the last item on our list, is a Garmin InReach. So when you're in the woods, in the backcountry, alone or with someone else, when you're out of cell phone range, you need a way to communicate should the worst happen, or should even not the worst, but something wildly inconvenient occur. So if you have a major bike failure, or you get a minor injury that would render you unable to ride your bike, but otherwise okay, or a serious injury, if you crash down the side of a hill or something, and you need to call for help, you need a way to do that. And so I like the Garmin InReach. Caveat, this is the DeLorme InReach, so this is the old model. They don't make this one anymore because Garmin bought the company and kind of redesigned it. So the one that I'll link below doesn't look like this. It's a Garmin model, but it's the same functionality, does the same things. So an InReach, this one has a GPS built in. So it's my backup GPS, and it also has two-way communication via satellite. So I can send text messages with this, but it also has an SOS button at the bottom. If I've severely injured myself and I'm afraid I'm going to lose consciousness or whatever, I just need to call in the cavalry, I can flip this lock button over and hit that SOS button, and they'll send a helicopter my way. But if something minor were to occur, say the chain flies off my bike and I can't find it, or I can't fix it in the woods, so I can't ride down, I can send a text message to my dad or my wife or my friend and say, can you come get me in the truck? I can't ride out, right? That will save me from having to spend the night in the woods or hike miles out back to my truck or wherever I need to go. So the two-way communication piece, I think, is key. Things to keep in mind with this: it's a little bit spendy to get initially, and there's a monthly fee. You can set up tracking so that people always know where you are and can follow your journey in the backcountry wherever you end up, because it just constantly updates via satellite. But this, you can't put a price on peace of mind, both for you, knowing that if something were to go bad, you can get help, and also for those who love and worry about you to know that you're safe and they can even reach you if they need to while you're off the grid. This is a very valuable present. So if you're buying for someone that you love who goes in the woods by themselves and you want to worry less, this is a great present. It's really a present for you and for them. So I would highly recommend the InReach. That's it. That's the end of our gift guide. So that is 10 items for the dual sport adventure or dirt bike rider in your life that are $100 or more. If you want to get them a big present and really, really make their holiday, I would urge you to consider any of the 10 things on this list. If you're looking for something amazing but slightly more affordable, please check out the other 3 videos in the series. I will link them all in the description below so you can check them all out. But for now, I just want to say thank you for watching. I appreciate you, and as always, please do not forget to be excellent to each other. Thank you.
Excellent!